welcome back to Beekeeping Basics with Danny. So today it's a Friday. I'm not sure of the date actually. We're a week on from the bank holiday Monday, and it's our 7th day inspection on this hive. It was only 3 or 4 days ago we went into the big hive and we had a little look around, but this was obviously our queen in here. This is the hive that we merged with the newspaper. So I'm going to have a little look in there, make sure everything is how it needs to be. There was plenty of room with lots of new frames in there. We're running a double brood on that, so we're going to have a little look at the 2 supers. It's very active at the moment. All the hives seem to be very busy, so we may go in and just check the supers on the others. The hive in front of me, we know we was waiting on a mated queen for that hive, so I don't know whether to look into that one while we're at it, because we may have a virgin queen in there at the moment. I don't know whether to upset it or not, but we'll certainly have a look in this hive and see where we're at with the queen and the laying room and etc. So without further ado, let's get in and have a look. Okay, so again, we have a few ants at the top there, but nothing to worry too much about, I don't think. We do have a bee there. I'm going to find a little way back in. I'll give her a helping hand. But yeah, we do have a few bees on the top and a few ants, but I don't think we're ever going to minus the ants. So I'll have a little look. Now what we got on here, so we do have a lot of honey in this top box, but we do still have frames that's not been even touched. So they're putting pollen stalls in these. I'll spin that one around. This super in here is relatively full with honey, but yeah, we still have them undrawn frames in here, like that one there and this one here, but I do believe the one underneath it had needed a whole lot more work, so they might just been busy on them ones, as opposed to any higher ones. We have had a lot of rain just recently, but so we've only just merged this, so it is set back. We are waiting for bees to obviously come out on this, you know, with the new queen that's gone in here. So we do still have undrawn combs in this one. Nicely brought out frames in the middle. I don't think a lot really has changed since, but they did have around about 4 or 5 frames in the brood box that we put in there when we merged, so they would have been busy on them as opposed to these, I do believe. So we'll have a look and we'll see what's going on. Just making sure we've got no bees trapped under there. So it's looking a lot more fuller, which is definitely a good sign. And like I said, we did have, this one was originally at the bottom. When we put the new brood box on the top, or when we merged, we done a swap around. So the ones with the more empty frames is the brood box at the bottom, but we will have a little look through this now making sure our queen and we've got everything how it needs to be. So let's move this frame aside. Again, I still haven't got a frame holder, but we'll go through this having a look. We have a few play cups made there, but that might have been what we had prior to this. You know, we did have the swarm cells built out on this because this is the hive that originally done all of our swarms from. It's a nice day today. It's a little bit breezy. We've had a fair bit of rain over the last couple of days, which is good because the fields and the plants need that. So the bees have probably been trapped in for a little while. This is the queen from our nuke box that we marked up in the previous videos, and this again, I'll reiterate, is the hive we done a merge on. So not come across the queen on any of this yet, and there's seems to be plenty of room. Obviously it's around about 2:30, and I've noticed the bees are bringing in pollen at the moment, so that indicates there might be a flow on at the moment, so that's good. And there's our queen straight away. There she is. She's up this top, and she's there with the blue dot, distinctive. So we're going to get her back in there where we know she's safe. So that's good. Straight away we come across the queen. That generally speeds things up. There seems to be plenty of room up here. Lots of pollen stores. What obviously we're looking for to make sure that she's laying. I do believe she is, because we seem to have plenty of bees. But, there we go. So we've got a bit of cap brood going on there. So we have our bit of cap brood up the top here. So she has been laying. It do seem that there's a bit of room, and we're going to take a little look at the larvae that's in there, making sure that it's all nice and white and how it should be. We have a lot of larvae all in this frame. We're checking to make sure everything is how it should be. So we did have a bee inspector around not so long ago, and I did have my report back on that, and it was a nice report to see. It was 000 on bee health, meaning all good. Lots of larvae in there. We're going to be checking that larvae to make sure it all looks how it needs to be. Checking our bees as well, making sure they're nice and healthy. Which they seem to look okay. Play cup here or there. We will check in these to be on our safe side. It looks like she's got plenty of laying room, so that's good. I wasn't too worried about this hive for the simple fact I knew I'd put plenty in it. So it's a little play cup there. I just want to have a look in it. Yeah, there's lots of fresh larvae there, so that's nice. So already this is starting to make an impact. There's a lot more bees in this hive now. Lots of nectar and pollen stores. Again, we do have a little play cup there, and we're going to have a little look in that. Again, it all seems to be okay. Bees seem to be okay. And that's what we're checking when we do these inspections. Checking the bee health, checking everything that we can check. I'm not going to bother with that last one because we can see it's got plenty of honey on that one. Just being careful when we shut these up. Last thing we want to do is go trapping a queen in between any kind of frames. So that's how we want it to be. So keeping it all closed tightly, otherwise it will build that comb out, becomes an issue. I'm going to put this one on top of the queen excluder that we have there. Let's have a look in this bottom box, and then we will put the crown board on the top, as we do have the queen in there. So yeah, there's not a lot been going on. I've started to bring the comb out on some of these empty frames that we have in here, hence why the queen is probably up the top taking full advantage of the room that she has up there. Again, there's a bit of cap brood, emerging cap brood. Again there, nice bit of cap brood. So it's certainly got plenty of room. We won't swap these around for the simple fact that any kind of cap brood, you know, the bees will huddle it and they will keep it warm. It's nice when the sun gets on these, you can have a real good look in there. The larva. She has been laying down here as well, which is good. Probably could, for the sake of 1, 2, 3, 4, well, we have 5 frames. Don't think I'll fit 5 frames in that other brood box. Everything's looking relatively good. Start to comb that out. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still have about 5 frames there that not really worked on. So it's the unfortunate thing with this hive, where it swarms so many times and stuff like that. I don't think there's any way of moving, shuffling these around. I mean, we could take out some of these big honey stored frames. That's certainly not. That's not. I think that really is neither. Okay, we'll leave it as it is. We won't pester them too much. We'll leave them to their own devices. So we will put this hive back together. As everything at the moment is good. What I'm going to do is put some smoke on these just to move them away from there, because when the crown ball goes on it tends to trap them. Like so. So there we have it. Just wondering whether, no, we'll leave it as it is. We won't mess around with it too much. There's no need to mess around with it too much. Just move these over. Everything seems to be all good with that. Inspection on that one. So we will, because we got through that relatively quick, we will have a look, see how some of the others are progressing.